In the age of F-16s and MiG-29s with supersonic speeds and face-ripping maneuverability, you may wonder how the subsonic and heavy Harrier GR7 has any hope of performing. But don't be fooled by its seemingly lackluster specs. The Harrier GR7 has a unique set of capabilities and weapons that make it a force to be reckoned with in the skies of War Thunder. My name is MikeGoesBoom, and in this video we'll take a deep dive into the Harrier GR7, exploring its history, weapons, performance, and a few tricks to help you become an ace pilot. Strap in, we're about to get into the cockpit of one of the most versatile and mechanically demanding aircraft in War Thunder. The Harrier GR7 is a British-made vertical takeoff and landing aircraft that was first introduced in the mid-90s. It was developed as a more advanced version of the earlier Harrier GR3, featuring improved engines, avionics and weapon systems. The British military used the GR7 in a variety of roles, including ground attack, reconnaissance and air-to-air combat. Despite its subsonic speed, the Harrier GR7 was well regarded for its versatility and performance in the field. Its unique VTOL capabilities allowed it to operate from small landing areas, such as aircraft carriers and roadways, and its weapon systems made it a potent adversary in the air. The Harrier GR7 served with distinction in various conflicts and operations, including the 1991 Operation Desert Storm against Iraqi forces. In War Thunder, the Harrier GR7 is a rank 8 Tech Tree aircraft with a battle rating of 11.7. With access to laser-guided bombs, the AGM-65B guided air-to-ground missile, and the AIM-9L all-aspect infrared air-to-air missile, this aircraft has a powerful arsenal at its disposal. And with the ability to carry up to 700 countermeasures, great low-speed acceleration and thrust vectoring, the Harrier GR7 is a formidable aircraft that is well worth considering for any pilot looking to make a name for themselves in War Thunder. The Harrier GR7 is equipped with a variety of powerful weapons to engage both air and ground targets. Whether you're taking on enemy aircraft in air-to-air combat or hitting ground targets in air-to-ground missions, the Harrier GR7 has got you covered. To maximize your situational awareness, the Harrier GR7 has an inbuilt targeting system with a thermal camera and a laser designator. This allows you to track moving air or ground targets and designate targets for missiles and laser-guided bombs, giving you devastating anti-armor firepower. It's not all smart weapons though. The Harrier GR7's optional 25mm gun pods have access to high-penetration munitions, perfect for taking out enemy aircraft, armored ground vehicles and light pillboxes. The guns are also equipped with a computer-calculated impact point for pinpoint accuracy. When it comes to air-to-air combat, the Harrier GR7's 4 AIM-9L air-to-air missiles will give you the upper hand. These missiles are highly maneuverable and can track enemy targets effectively from any angle, making them a trump card in air-to-air engagements. For air-to-ground missions, the Harrier GR7 has AGM-65B missiles, specifically designed to take out enemy ground targets. Launch these missiles from up to 8 kilometers away against stationary or moving targets, and watch as they hit with pinpoint accuracy. The Harrier GR7 also has access to up to 6 laser-guided bombs, which can be used to take out enemy fortifications and cluster ground targets with an area of effect payload. And when it comes to self-defense, the Harrier GR7 is equipped with up to 700 countermeasures, providing you with the means to evade incoming enemy missiles and protect yourself in the skies for the entire length of the battle. Are you ready to go vertical? This aircraft's flight performance is a force to be reckoned with, thanks to its vertical takeoff and landing capabilities and powerful engine. The aircraft's thrust vectoring system also makes it a unique option for 1 vs 1 dogfights, as it gives you the ability to make tighter high-speed turns to evade gunfire or to stall out an enemy in a slow engagement. However, be aware that the Harrier GR7 has a poor low-speed turning radius and poor energy retention, so it's best to pick off separated enemy aircraft from a distance and avoid becoming the center of attention. The performance falls sharply at higher altitudes, and the acceleration falls off quickly as you approach transonic speeds, so it's best to operate the Harrier GR7 at lower altitudes. The Harrier is not capable of going supersonic anyway, so keep that in mind when engaging in air-to-air combat. Due to the poor energy retention, you can't effectively dogfight an enemy unless you're absolutely sure that they are alone, as you will be easy pickings for his teammates. To overcome this limitation, pilots should make generous use of periodic countermeasure releases and attempt to recoup some energy with its high thrust-weight ratio. Flying low and close to the ground makes you untargetable by enemy radar missiles, making the Harrier GR7 virtually unkillable by any means other than close-range gunfire. Another factor to keep in mind is that the Harrier GR7's engine overheats quickly and the afterburner has a limited usage time, so be mindful of your throttle and use it wisely. The Harrier GR7's powerful engine is an asset, but it's important to use it strategically to avoid engine damage and ensure maximum performance when and where you need it. When it comes to air-to-air combat, the Harrier GR7 has some unique strengths and weaknesses to be aware of. On the one hand, its powerful engine provides great initial acceleration and climb rate, giving it a huge advantage in a stallfight. The Harrier's 25mm gun pods with APHE can be used to atomize enemy aircraft at close range. The Harrier excels in 1v1 fights against overconfident enemies and superior jets, and its thrust vectoring capabilities give it an added advantage over other aircraft in close-quarter engagements. On the other hand, the Harrier's poor engine retention and poor low-speed turning radius make it very difficult to engage in dogfights with multiple enemies. The GR7's optional AIM-9L missiles are highly effective against enemy aircraft, but they can also accidentally kill teammates if not used carefully. When engaging in air-to-air combat, it's important to make use of the GR7's plentiful countermeasures, picking your engagement smartly and avoiding using your missiles with teammates present between you and your target. Fun fact: the AGM-65B can lock and track air targets as well. Its lack of air burst and slow flight speed makes it unlikely to actually hit a flying target, but it can be an incredibly nasty tool for dealing with landing aircraft from a safe distance outside of the airfield's AA range. The Harrier GR7 is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to air-to-ground operations. With its advanced targeting system, you'll be able to search and destroy enemy ground targets with surgical precision, no matter how fast they're moving. The inbuilt targeting system not only has a thermal camera to detect hot targets, but it also has the ability to lock onto and track moving targets, making it incredibly useful in air-to-ground missions. Even better, the AGM-65B missiles can be used to autonomously track moving targets, so you can spend your time focusing on other tasks, while the missiles net you some easy kills. The laser-guided bombs are equally effective, allowing you to place bombs exactly where you want them, even while you're maneuvering. The combination of these weapons, along with the powerful 25mm gun pods with HVAP rounds, make the Harrier GR7 a formidable force in air-to-ground operations. Pro tip: you don't need to use the targeting pod to use the targeting system. It's not possible to guide the laser-guided bombs without the pods, but the Harrier has an inbuilt tracker and laser in the nose that allows you to designate targets for the AGM-65B, or even force it to lock onto stationary targets in low-light conditions, where its optical guidance systems would usually fail. When it comes to flying the Harrier GR7 in War Thunder, a proper control setup really is the key to success. To maximize your performance in the heat of battle, make sure to bind your thrust vectoring controls close to your WASD keys so you can quickly adjust in a dogfight without getting distracted. Utilizing the secondary weapon select function is also crucial, as it gives you access to picking the right ordnance for the right moment. Additionally, binding keys for targeting and laser designation can give you an edge when engaging enemy ground targets, and binding a key for weapons ejection is essential if you find yourself weighed down by ordnance when an enemy engages you. There are a lot of keybinds required to make the Harrier GR7 work, but with the right control setup, it can be a formidable aircraft that is capable of taking on any situation in War Thunder. In conclusion, the Harrier GR7 is a force to be reckoned with in War Thunder. With its powerful engine that provides fantastic initial acceleration and climb rate, even when carrying a full load of ordnance, it is an aircraft that truly shines in air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. The targeting function, with its ability to lock and track moving targets, makes it easy to unleash a barrage of devastating AGM-65B missiles or laser-guided bombs. And with its advanced controls, you'll be able to make the most of the Harrier's capabilities and soar through the skies with ease. So, whether you're taking on enemy aircraft in dogfights or raining down destruction on ground targets, the Harrier GR7 is the aircraft you want in your arsenal. I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Harrier GR7, and be sure to make that like counter grow to feed my insatiable ego. My name has been MikeGoesBoom, and I'll see you in the next one.